Okay, today we're going to practice solving for slope-intercept form or solving for y. Remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is our slope and b is our y-intercept. So let's start with an example. Here we have 3x plus y equals 15. Now, remember when we're solving for y, we want to get a positive y by itself on one side of the equation. We want to isolate that y. So we're going to start by getting rid of this term 3x. And we do that by subtracting 3x. Remember, everything we do to one side of our equation, we have to do to the other side of our equation. Here our 3x's cancel out, and we rewrite our equation. So this is y equals negative 3x plus 15. Now be careful because here we have 15 and negative 3x. These are not like terms. So a common mistake might be to combine them and make them 12x, for example. Remember that like terms are terms that have the same variable and the same exponent. So 15 and negative 3x are not like terms, and that's why we're leaving them as two separate terms in our equation. So our answer is y equals negative 3x plus 15. Let's do another example. So here we have 10x plus 2y equals 2. Now remember, we want y all by itself, positive y all by itself, but we're going to start by just thinking about isolating just the y term. And so we're going to get rid of this 10x. And remember, everything I do to one side of my equation, I have to do to the other side of the equation. My 10x's cancel out, and I rewrite what I have left. So we have 2y equals negative 10x plus 2. Again, these are not like terms, so we want to keep them as separate terms in our final equation. All right, so we have one more step because we still don't have positive y by itself. So again, I want to isolate y, and I'm going to do this by dividing by 2. So here, originally 2 times y, we want to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. And I want to do the same thing all the way across my equation. So I'm dividing each term by 2. My 2's cancel out, and I'm left with y equals negative 5x plus 1. Okay. And we have one more example here. Negative x minus 5y equals 1. So again, we want to isolate our y term and start by getting that all by itself. So I want to get rid of this negative x. Since x is a negative, we want to do the opposite. So we're going to add x this time to both sides. Remember, everything you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other side. My x's cancel out, and I'm left with negative 5y equals x plus 1. And lastly, we want to isolate y, so we divide by negative 5 all the way across our equation. Our negative 5's cancel out, and we are left with y equals negative x over 5 minus negative 1 over 5. Now remember that we can pretend that there is an imaginary 1 in front of our x here. So if we wanted to rewrite this, we could write y equals negative 1/5 times x minus 1/5.